Thanks, guys. We have, as always, a special post-game report here. The final game of the season, final game at Cardines Field. Newport unfortunately saw its season come to an end, but we do have two of the most electric personalities in the state of Rhode Island, Josh Botello, Gully Jr., and Evan Luther, Gully. And guys, you are working so hard. All fun and games on your face. Very hot in there. I mean, let's first start with that because I cannot imagine, especially in the middle of July, doing what you guys do. We'll just hand the mic over here.
Oh, no, it's really hot, humid, sweaty. We literally probably lose 5 pounds each just from each game.
Now, how do you go about hydrating? Is it every other inning or you just wear it?
No, we go in like once in a while, take breaks, drink some water. You always got to stay hydrated because those suits are deadly. Like, if you don't hydrate, you're gone. You're gone.
As the course of the season moves forward, are there a lot of kids that you recognize, a lot of fans that you recognize, and you may do something like maybe wave at them and they'll remember that as the season goes on and you build a relationship with them, even though they don't know who you guys are?
Well, we usually have a lot of friends who come, so like if we see them, we'll like wave, run up to them, give them a hug, and surprise them, and they'll be like, who's this? And then you whisper it to them, but we have some fans that come and we'll remember from seeing them at camp or a game and just give them a hug.
So you guys are dressed in costume at camp. Do you do any of the community events around town, or is it just strictly games?
No, we go out, some events. We did little baseball games for special needs. We go to all over for seafood, to job interviews and everything. It's fun. It's fun being in the suit. It's really like personal because you fit. You like get like a second personality when you get into the suit. So you're like, something in your head switches to like, I can't talk. No one knows who I am, and it's fun. It's fun. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine you guys. I always wonder. The smile on the face of the mascot does not change. Never changes. What do you guys think? I mean, are there times when you're walking around with a big grin on your face and you're just dying of heat? Or is it just, you guys are professionals, you show up to the ballpark and this is what you got to do?
Well, it all depends on the day and like the humidity out. Like some days we're like dead and don't want to come even show up to the field, but
you got to do it.
We got to do it, get paid for it, so it's all right.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Well, you guys do an excellent job, and, do you think you guys will be back next year? That's the question. You guys don't have to answer, so I'm not going to make you. But Josh Botello and Evan Luther, Gully Jr. and Gully respectively, and we'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
Well, it's nice to see the faces behind the costumes absolutely there.
Yeah, absolutely a fun look there behind the scenes a little bit. I've definitely, being up on the dugout now and again, running the camera, you experience the personality of Gully and Gully Jr. a little bit. Get poked in the legs sometimes to entertain the crowd with your reactions, stuff like that. And we're going to send it back down to Dave.
Thanks, guys. Our next guest is Director of Marketing, John Perrick. And, John, you have an incredible voice. Everyone says it. You electrify the crowd. Today you were dealing with 3,100 plus fans. What was the atmosphere like in the ballpark for you?
I must say this is our 22nd home game, and the place was going crazy. We were really getting the fans into the game, really doing whatever we could to make sure that they were enjoying themselves. We had the wave going tonight. We had a series of Let's Go Gulls cheers. And you know what? The fans did all they could, but at the end of the day, well, we just came up short.
It was a tough loss, certainly, and you thought that Newport may have a chance until the Chris Winkle 2-run home run, and then it was very deflating. A lot of fans did stick around, and a large reason is because it's such a community around here in Newport, and you're somebody who is very active. You go to Portsmouth Abbey. You are from the island, and you make a lot of appearances in the community as well as the Director of Marketing. What has that been about, and what has that been like for you?
Well, I love it because I've been going to Gulls games since I was 4, and I threw out the first pitch in 2004. That just, it goes to show. I know this city. I love Newport Gulls baseball, and what I do is, like, during off days, I'll go into Newport with somebody dressed up as Gully, and we just go around handing out free tickets, free hats, just making sure that the city of Newport really falls in love with the Newport Gulls as much as all of us here at the Gulls do, and I love it. It's the best part about the job.
Now, how long have you been doing this job, director of marketing, and what is your favorite part when you're at the ballpark as the director of marketing?
That's a great question. Well, I somewhat took over midway through last year. I took over, and I wasn't the director of marketing, but I was the on-field broadcaster. And then as the season went on, things went well, and then coming to the season, I got the title director of marketing. But I must say, there is nothing better than saying, "Better call Newport Glass."
Everyone in the stadium loves to hear it, and even those who can pick it up on the broadcast always enjoy it when I talk to, especially my parents. You know, anybody who comes to the ballpark for the first time, Better Call Newport Glass is really the biggest thing that you hold on to, and John Perrick is the guy who says it. Now, looking forward, broadcasting is something you are very interested in. You had an idea to do a podcast, and I think you have a very bright future. What do the next 3 years look like for you?
I don't know. I've always wanted to try out PA announcing because that's one thing that I somewhat do right now. But the goal, it's really just to go somewhere into broadcasting. I've got 3 years left, really, with the Newport Gulls. I'm thinking about hanging up the cleats after my freshman year of college and then going somewhere else. But until then, I'll just see where the Newport Gulls take me.
All right, John Perrick, the director of marketing here for the Newport Gulls. John, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll rover around here as we continue this live edition of the post-game report. And we have Tess Rote here, who is our camera woman. And Tess, if you want to step into the shot, we can just ask you a few questions. And Tess is always here helping me out. She's taking so many pictures. You're really in the line of fire here in the field of play. And you've had to dodge a couple of foul balls, maybe been hit once before.
Yep, I was hit once and dodged a few today. And Cody Hosey luckily saved me from getting hit in the head.
Now, you work pretty much under John Dilworth, or with John Dilworth, I should say. What has he done for you and taught you about photography and really sports photography more specifically?
Well, I know like the basics of photography, but he gave me to do full frame and stuff, and to make sure to focus on one player, not multiple players.
Tess is so good. I mean, we have to send game write-ups to the league, and when I'm on the road, the team is on the road, writing the write-ups on the bus, and a lot of times I don't have a picture, but Tess is always there every night to send me around midnight. She sends me a shot, and I'm able to post it to the website. So, Tess, thank you very much. You do such a good job. You're so committed to the Gulls, and we really appreciate all you do. Tess Rote, our photographer here in Newport, and we'll keep rovering around here. And we have Mike Coombs, and, you know, Coombs, his 12th season, did a pretty good job here. He had a couple of tricks up his sleeve. We also have Cody Hosey, who's walking around. He gives a little wave, little look, not so much of a wave, but we also have Shannon Carlson. And Shannon, as our producer, you make this broadcast function. Without you, without Tom, similar roles, but different roles. You keep us going, especially me. I mean, the little things that you do, in addition to all the producing that you do in that room, I appreciate it so much because I would probably die of malnutrition if I didn't show up and you had peanut butter crackers for me.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's the little things, like making sure that everyone knows where they're going to be and all that, and keeping up with everything, like social media, you know, everything that the fans want to see. It's incredible, and it's gone by so fast. I mean, the guys really played. They came to play tonight, and, you know, we couldn't pull it off, but it's baseball.
Yeah, definitely disappointing. You have been here for a number of years. The exact number is
6, I think.
6 years. Over the course of those 6 seasons, what have you seen from a media standpoint and how it has developed into what it is today?
We've just grown so much. Like in 2012, we had only a handful, 1 or 2 interns. We had a few volunteers. Now we're basically all intern driven, and it's just high definition. Like, it's grown so much. Tom Lima has done an amazing job. Chuck Pava has supported us all the way, and it's great. I can't believe how far we've come in those short years.
What would you say is your favorite part of being here in the summers with the Newport Gulls?
I would say the favorite part of this year was probably the walk-off we had. That's pretty electric, and just seeing the fans get really into it, and seeing the guys also get used to doing interviews and getting comfortable with each other and with us and all that. That's a lot of fun.
How about the crowd tonight? 3,100 and change. I mean, they were electric. The wave going. You could hear them gasping at every pitch, basically down the stretch there. That's what Newport baseball is about, and it's so good to see them continuing to support the Gulls.
That was incredible. It felt like playoff atmosphere. It felt like we were in the depths of the playoffs and not on the verge of it. It was amazing. I wish we could have gotten that many fans throughout the rest of the year, but at least we had it, and it was great.
Definitely a good season, a lot of good things we can take from it. Our producer, Shannon Carlson, thank you, Shannon, so much. We'll see you right after this, and just keep rovering around, see who we have here. We got Dalton Reed in the area. We also have John Perrick, who we already talked to, but we do have Andre Olivier, our statistician. And Andre, I would love if you would come in here and join me. Andre, first of all, thank you very much. You are extraordinary at what you do, because we would be lost and there would be a lot of dead air if you didn't keep us on our toes and tell us if it's a pass ball, wild pitch, hit, or an error. So thank you very much. And what would you say has been your favorite part of this summer?
Man, honestly, just getting to work with everyone and piggybacking off of that. Dave Peck, best in the business. Hands down. Getting to work with you is pleasure. Like, you have big things coming, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing you grow and see where you go.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. There have been a lot of running jokes between myself and Andre, and really it's been the wardrobe. We had during Wimbledon, I was wearing a tennis tie. That tie was horrible. What was our record during that?
0-3, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think we won a game, and then I switched to the whale tie.
The whale tie will go down in history. That tie, you should frame that tie and put it in your house. I think we had a very good record with that tie. And then at the end, we kind of had a little problem there, but like, that tie was legendary.
But the thing is, between myself and Andre, it's always a word of the day. And we're always up there around 4:30 thinking about, well, what's the mood of the team and kind of spitballing ideas. You know, what does it feel like inside of Cardines Field? We came up with understanding today. Understanding the situation, and I think that says a lot about this team. But Andre, lastly, I just want to thank you once more and, you know, ask you, what are your plans, what are your dreams here going forward? Statistics or baseball continuing in the realm of sports?
Yes, absolutely. Continuing in the realm of sports, baseball, basketball, football. I'm in for it all, and hopefully I'll be able to continue doing this. I've had a great summer, and again, Dave's the man.
Do you have any last words for anybody want to say hi to or whatnot?
Yes, I don't think anybody's watching, but hi, Mom. Hi, Dad, if you guys are watching.
It will be on YouTube. You could possibly show it to them.
Oh, absolutely. Hi, Mom. Love you.
One more. All right. Our statistician, Andre Olivier. Andre, seriously, really great job this summer. Thank you very much. All right, we're still rovering here. We have Holden Powell. He's a pretty good pitcher. Throws like 96, and he's about my height. Holding a nice bouquet. I don't know. And you got a picture of the team here. Boy, that was a crazy game.
Yes, it definitely was. We gave it all we had and came up just a little bit short at the end.
Question I've been asking pretty much every Gull down the stretch here. What has been the biggest ice-breaking topic for the Newport Gulls this season? It's always a hard question, so I'm going to ramble a little bit because I asked Jerry Burke this when we were up at Winnipesaukee and give you a couple moments to think a little bit, and now I'll come back to you.
I think it's definitely been Mafia for sure.
That's pretty been the consensus answer. And for those who don't know, Mafia is a bus ride game and a lot of psychoanalyzing. So you really actually become well aware of the quirks of your teammates. Is that something that you did at UCLA a lot? When did you start playing Mafia? Was it high school?
We never really played Mafia at UCLA, but definitely with the Newport Gulls, got to learn how to read people and just see the quirks of your different teammates.
All right, thank you, Holden. Holden Powell out of UCLA. One of the best pitchers on the Newport Gulls this summer. Had 2 2/3 innings pitched, struck out 7 of the 8 batters that he faced. He was lights out. We'll keep rovering around here, see what we have. We have Tim Tawa in the background. He's a good player as well, and he had a good game. We also have Mike Falcone. And Mike, I can't believe that we have Tim Tawa in the house as well. So, guys, I can't believe that this is the final game at Cardines Field, the final game of the 2018 season. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but from my perspective, I want to say thank you. Mike, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Tim, thank you for, putting on a show this entire summer. It's been fun to watch, and it's been great getting to know you guys. What has been something, Tim, we'll start with you, that you've enjoyed most about this summer?
I think just, getting to know the guys here. We have a lot of unbelievable, players, but also people here. And so just getting to, get close with them and spend some time playing baseball in such a great place like Newport and such a class organization with great people, behind the scenes has been a real honor.
Mike, this is your third season with the Gulls. Who knows what the future will have in store, but you have been here day in and day out, and I can't say enough how much Mike does about the little things behind the scenes. It's like he doesn't sleep. He's always in the office. He's always on the phone with somebody. He's always answering some sort of email, whether it's food, whether it's tickets, whether it's marketing, whether it's ads. Mike is always the guy. So, Mike, thank you, because without the Gulls, we would not be here right now. Secondly, I wanted to just ask you, looking back on this to even reflect a little bit. I know it's been maybe a half hour since the season ended, but, what do you think you'll take away from this season 5 years from now?
Well, first off, thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm going to miss just that. It's crazy that when the season ends, it's not all that running around as much as possible. We still have a little bit of finishing up here to do, but I'm going to miss all the hecticness and all the calls and all the emails and hearing my name. It's like finding Nemo, just Mike, all over the stadium. But what I'm going to take away from this year is just the heart and the grind that each and every one of these guys gave. I think that everybody who was here, just same with the intern group, our players are, we shaved off a couple people that maybe weren't about the name on the front of the shirt, and that really just spoke tremendously to their character, and both on the field and off the field. I think I'll take away a lot of good friendships, business and personal as well, and I just learned a lot. This is my second go around here doing the baseball ops, so just hopefully keep learning and keep getting better as we go, and maybe next year we'll get to get a playoff berth here.
I know. It's been 2 years that Mike and I have been, well, actually your first season, I think Newport did make the playoffs, but since we've been around,
I was only an intern then.
Newport hasn't made it, so maybe it's time for us to, I don't know. But Tim, Mike, first of all, thank you very much. We will see you in just a bit, and Tim's going to take the microphone, so I'm going to have to use this program and kind of fake it. 'Cause that's
I would just like to say that we have a lot of really, really good interns here and people that work behind the scenes, but my man Dave, who does the play-by-play and the broadcasting, is unbelievable. I would just like to say that I've watched some of the videos online and all the other stuff, and Dave does a fantastic job. So I'd like to acknowledge him for all his unbelievable work this year and tell him to keep doing what you do, because you do a really good job. So keep working at it, and thanks for everything you do. And I know you'll miss me a lot, so just want to throw that out there.
That's the thing. I'm going to miss all you guys because it makes it so much fun. As the season goes on, not only you guys get close, but with the interns, we're around here, we're interviewing you guys. And I was saying it in the broadcast, one of the best things for us is when the players are so open to have fun, because we're trying to run it very professional as possible because we're trying to get reps for the future. But when you and Stevie are coming up and trying to make me laugh and pretending to throw up, and then today even you were yelling
Best part of the job.
Yelling some things that I certainly won't repeat on air here on the Newport Gulls pregame.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think I'll save my job and possibly save my career, so I won't say anything. But seriously, all that stuff makes it so much fun, and you guys being reciprocal and wanting to do interviews and standing here makes it so much fun. We'll keep an eye on you because you certainly have a lot of talent. You're going to go far places, the Cape League, minor league ball, major league ball. We'll see. The ceiling is infinity for you, so it's been a lot of fun to watch.
I appreciate that, Dave. And I just like to ask one question as the reporter right now holding the microphone. So you were taking BP the last couple of days. Did you manage to hit a couple home runs, or did that not happen?
I did. I had 3 at Rogers Park in Danbury, and I was able to get 2 actually today. Stevie Mangrum, Nick Enright, Dylan Plew, and Josh Botello. Guys, it's great to have you here. Yes, I was able to get 2, and that's just because the coaching. Actually, it was Stevie who gave me the big tip. Load a little bit earlier. That was the first time hit BP, and it worked. So thank you.
Pretty sure I said that too, but that's okay. Okay, Stevie wants the microphone, so we'll see what Stevie's going to do here.
Favorite memory from the summer?
There was a time when it was after a game, and it wasn't late, it was right after the game. We were walking down the street, and I think you tripped and fell, and you were face down in the concrete on a sidewalk. And that was really funny. So I'll take that memory away. But you were okay. You were fine. You were just like laying down face first for a little bit, but you got up relatively quickly. That was a lot of fun. Baseball-wise, I was telling Tim, having you guys mess with us in interviews and do all that stuff. The bus rides were really fun once I was able to make it down to the back. So it's been a blast. And taking BP, learning from you guys, watching you guys swing, and Plu playing every position known to man. I mean, it's been a blast. So thank you.
Goalie or goalie junior?
Gully Junior.
Wow, what a surprise right there. I did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. Okay. All right, I don't know if hey, wait, Nick.
How about this?
Wait, we need a favorite memory from you for the summer.
I learned that I am now function as an alarm clock for Dylan Plu. Me and Steve both. We also function as an alarm clock for Dylan Plu.
That's interesting. Dave's now not here, so apparently I'm just gonna do his job for him. But I'd like to say favorite memory for me would have to be just the switches in the outfield randomly, or trying to catch Plu's knuckleball out there, which is actually not that bad. Or Grolly doing his jump swing in the net. That was something else. You could not believe he actually did that. But we need a favorite memory from Steve. What do you got?
I just want everyone to know in Mafia, I always win, and I'm always the cop.
That's okay. Well, that's just not true. Probably second worst Mafia player behind me on the team, if we're gonna be honest here.
No, Cole was the worst. You missed Cole, right, Steve?
Who's worse?
Cole Austin.
Well, rest in peace, Cole. Rest in peace, Cole.
R.I.P.
All right. I don't know why I have the microphone here. I don't even know if the thing is still on, but I'm just talking. Wrap it up. I'm being told to wrap it up. What? Oh, I'm still going. All right, well, I'm solo. Anybody else want to talk into the microphone? Jerry, come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry. Jerry, a couple questions for you. First, favorite memory of the summer, and it can't be driving me everywhere.
Favorite memory of the summer, easily watching Russell get beyond rattled playing games of Mafia. Him and Stevie bantering back and forth.
That did happen a lot. That was very funny. Anything else?
Nothing really sparks my mind. Those bus rides were a lot of fun, but meeting everyone, getting in touch with kids from all over, playing at bigger schools and stuff like that is something that's interesting for me, not coming from a powerful baseball school. So
I'm gonna have to take this from you. Tim, you do a great job, you do a great job. You're great. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Jerry, I want to thank you for coming on the show. We're gonna keep things moving here. We're gonna get Aram Layton. Aram, boy, has it been a fun summer. I mean, you came in here and we were doing a lot of stuff before the season even started. I haven't even met you, and we're writing articles left and right on players that we had never even seen before, Tawa being one of them. I mean, just from the get-go, really nice job, a lot of hard work. What's one thing that you'll take away from the summer?
Well, one thing you definitely said to me that will definitely stick with me is that preparation leads to confidence, confidence leads to success.
Darren Zaslow.
I was going to say it's a trickle down of some good advice. So that's one thing. Another thing is just that I'm following the right path. I mean, I see how much fun you have out here every night. I have so much fun out here every night. And I mean, if we can make money doing this for the rest of our lives, and we're going to be pretty happy for the rest of our lives, and we won't be working a day in our life. So I think it just kind of reaffirmed that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And Aram does such a good job with, covering Miami Marlins baseball. I mean, you're on your own podcast, SB Nation, this, that, and the other. So a lot of big things out of Aram in the future. Undergrad at Syracuse, and really a lot of good things, like I mentioned, going forward. So just keep working hard, keep preparing, and don't take anything for granted, because every moment you have to take advantage of. That's the biggest thing that I'll say to you. Aram Layton, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much. We'll see. It's been a pleasure. And now I want to introduce who we got next. And okay, we'll take Mac. We'll take Mac. Mac is our. What is your title?
Game day operations. It's basically promotional guy, helping out around the field.
So on game day, what is your biggest responsibility? If you don't do this on game day, you are fired. What is it?
Well, it's definitely bringing the promotional items to the field. I mean, that's obviously it's what all the fans are getting at the field. So that's definitely the most important thing. you got to make sure you do.
What has been the biggest takeaway of the summer for you?
Just everything that goes on behind the scenes, all the work that goes on that people don't see. Like I grew up going to these Newport Gulls games, and I didn't know anything that like went into what the game day operations like kind of flow is.
What's your goal in the future? I mean, maybe next 2 years, next 3 years, 5 years. What are your aspirations?
I'm just trying to work probably maybe football, baseball, just kind of work further in there and see what I could do with the sport.
All right, thank you. And we will continue. That's Mac. He is our game day operations media intern. And we got some bats flying around here. And Nick Bello is in the area as well. Nick is one of our media interns. Nick, outstanding job this summer. Nick has been working with us. And what are some of the things that has been your responsibilities as a media intern?
Just about everything, anything and everything, from setting up the cameras to doing interviews like we're doing right now, to being in the booth with you, taking pictures, doing social media, even doing social media when we're not here, making the media guide. It's been crazy how much I've done.
What do you think is the number one thing that you have learned or will take away from this summer working in Newport?
That this is probably something that I want to do for the rest of my life, or something within the baseball or sports business, because I really learned that, this is where I want to be. I have the most fun doing this because it doesn't feel like a job to me, which is great. But yeah, it's probably the one thing I learned.
Now, Nick, I just want to say your work on the warehouse, that was outstanding. And I also want to say your work in the post-game write-ups. Truly, very, very good. Your attention to detail was second to none in the whole crew. So really nice job, and keep going, keep working hard, and keep preparing.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. And to you, too.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll keep roving around here, see what we have in the area. We have Gully Jr. who's taking some bats. We also have Dean McCann who's in the area, and he's throwing some soft toss. But that one is a rope into right center field. And Dean, welcoming you here, maybe get into the camera shot. Dean, your role here in Newport.
Well, I just kind of helped out wherever I could, did whatever was needed to, make sure everything got done smoothly.
Now, you were Mike's right-hand man, I guess you could say. Every time I was in the office, which wasn't that much, you were there. I'm sure you were there a million times more, because that is what you do. You work hard. And you know what I really like is that embroidered hat. Let's show that off.
Oh, yeah, we got the nice Gulls logo on the side. It was a gift from Mike, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great gift.
What would you say is the biggest thing, I'm asking everybody, you are going to take away from this summer?
There's just a lot more than you think that goes into a game day. There's so many small things. You just got to get the details right.
Definitely details are key. That's something that Mike always harped on. Chuck as well. And, what are your aspirations going forward?
I applied for a few jobs, just hopefully get one.
All right. That sounds good. Ain't we all trying to do that? Dean McCann, thank you, Dean, so much.
Thank you.
And best of luck in your future. Tim, you back again? He's just taking his cuts. Now, Dan Byford. We have Dan Byford here. I'm getting hijacked.
I'm only here because you're giving me a ride home.
Oh, okay. I'm giving him a ride home. See, I didn't know that. Dan, first of all, thank you so much. And the biggest thing, Dan, was just your attention to detail. I mean, you'd come in, you'd always have facts. You'd always be looking for the next thing. I remember when Jake Eater was getting run all over. You were the guy that was looking up the time to the plate, all those things. So important to making the broadcast run smoothly. So first of all, thank you from my perspective. Now, to hear from you, what is one thing, that you've enjoyed or will take away from this summer?
I just like the opportunity to be able to do stuff every day that is, in the same field that I want to be in, Doing interviews with players, all that, it's great, and I'm happy to have a reel now as well, but the players are great.
Now, Dan is an undergrad at Syracuse, so you will have a lot more experience and a bright future ahead of you. What would be a job that you look for in the next 5 years that you would like?
I would love to do play-by-play, not going to lie. That'd be my favorite thing to do. I'm taking a class for it on radio next year, looking forward to that. Hopefully going to be my favorite class I've taken so far, and just something I'm really passionate about.
What would you say is your biggest memory from this summer, favorite memory?
That's really hard. It's been so good. I enjoyed being a field reporter all the times I was doing it. Enjoyed being able to be a part of the broadcast when we played Winnipesaukee. But I just enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed every interview I did. I enjoyed running cameras, and I enjoyed all the jobs I did.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Best of luck the rest of your professional career. You're going to do a great job. And now, last but not least, this guy, This guy, Tom Lima, our executive producer. He's been here from the very beginning. I was probably in 3rd grade when he started this media operation. 2004?
2004. It was 2004.
3rd grade. That's when the Red Sox won the World Series for the first time. That is how long Tom has been just committing so much to this broadcast, and the place that it's grown from then to now. It wouldn't have happened without Tom. The things that he does in the production room, he's the one making everything go round. He's switching the cameras. He's setting up the cameras. He's wiring the stadium. And really, without you, you are the staple of the league in broadcasting. You are the bar that continues to be set higher and higher from the top. Chris Aliano and all the guys up there. Without you and the precedent that you've set, there might not be a video broadcast in the NECBL because you guys were the first to do it. So thank you for that, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of it because you make us look good on the camera. Just a question, what has been the biggest thing in these, 14 years that you've gotten out of this experience?
Well, in my defense, I was in middle school back when I started, so it really was more of a team effort back then. My brother, Nick Lima, and the public access group we started with, how it really evolved from that to become the Newport Gulls broadcasting kind of organization. It's almost like a separate organization, and that the amount of personnel and creative control that we have, it's truly remarkable the way the season has the way the years have gone.
What would you say is your biggest takeaway season after season, specifically this year, from the people that you were working with, the team, the season, the baseball, and all that? What would you say you're going to remember 5 years down the road?
Well, it's definitely watching the broadcasters now and the interns develop. In the beginning, we were lucky to have the same broadcast every year. My brother Nick Lima or George Bissell, who did it for a couple of years, and now, in addition to training interns, and the internship program maybe goes back to 2011, but now, much like the other teams in the league, we have a new broadcast every year, watching them develop into our system. And as you know, there's a lot of signatures, musical cues, things like that we really like to keep it consistent. Many people tuning in, they've never watched a Gulls game before. It's mostly the players' families from around the country. But there's things that I like to see, and those who alumni of the broadcast crew like to see, that we still do. So just keeping that consistency from year to year, and watching interns and broadcasters and volunteers develop. From June, start of June until now. It feels like we've been doing this forever,
What would you say is the thing that keeps you coming back year after year? What makes it that valuable for you?
I like video, I like broadcasting, and the Newport Gulls gives me the opportunity to produce what is now a full high definition 1080i product. So I can consider myself fortunate to be able to do this every year, for the past more than 10 years now, and big thanks to the staff that I have allows me to do other work, school, things like that over the past decade, and still do this year every summer now. I haven't missed a game since 2008, which was probably my high school graduation night. So to me, it's an honor to do this, and I enjoy just looking around at what we do with 5 cameras. 6 cameras. We added a 6th camera this year. That's what I like. I like the quality improvements. Next year I want to put a camera in the outfield. I'm always thinking, we're so good, but what can we do better? Without having a full production truck. And with the technology, the way it develops, and webcasting now, it's all doable, and that's the part I enjoy. I really enjoy just having all this equipment, all these cables, and all seeing it come together into a nice broadcast.
I'd like to say, just on behalf of the league, and I was at the All-Star game doing some field reporting, but just you and Shannon bringing up all the equipment in the van, getting there at 8 a.m. before the gates even open, setting up the entire production room at a visiting stadium, being there from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and producing it. I mean, first of all, thank you. It's amazing, and I hope a lot of people are saying thank you, because that is incredible that you continuously offer your time and your equipment and your expertise to the league, because really, like you said, not only do the Newport Gulls and does the Newport Gulls media, try and up the ante every year, but you, Shannon, and the rest of the media crew try and set the pace for the rest of the league. So thank you so much for that. And from a personal note, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity the past couple of years. And it's been an unbelievable experience, so much fun. And, I'm very, very grateful for everything you've done.
Well, thank you, Dave, again for an incredible year, and all the other interns and volunteers, and especially Shannon. So thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Tom Lima, our executive producer, and that's about all we have here. The final game of the 2018 regular season, Newport Falls 7-4, but it was a great season overall. A couple of people I would like to thank before I sign off one last time. Darren Zaslow, the broadcaster from 2017. He has been the most helpful person in shaping me as a broadcaster and really as a person in the past year and a half. He has talked to me continuously, probably 4 times a week. He breaks down the film. He helps me out. He's able to recognize things where I didn't do so well, things that I did do well, and really kind of help me along and pave the way, because I think the most important thing in broadcasting is having somebody who's willing to help you out. And as somebody who wants to pursue this, Darren, thank you so much. I can't say it enough. I say it every time that I hang up on FaceTime, but I just want you to know that you are the best out there. Congratulations on well, your job that you just got. I'm not allowed to say that, but I won't say what it is. And best of luck. You're going to have big things in the future. I'd also like to say thanks to my mom and dad, my sister, my brother, my grandparents for watching pretty much every game. Thank you guys. You guys are so supportive, and it just keeps me going. So for one last time, final score: Newport 7, Mystic 4. From the city by the sea, I'm Dave Peck, signing off.